For years Ricky Naputi, who weighed over 900 pounds, battled with food addiction, and before his death had not walked for over 7 years. His wife Cheryl talked about taking care of him as just like looking after an overgrown baby, and Ricky fell in and out of depression over the circumstances his life was in. Cheryl and her husband reside on the island of Guam that is a 4-hour flight from Brisbane, in which 6 out of 10 people are categorized as overweight. She was Ricky's primary caretaker, and added that the moment they married she became aware what she had to deal with and that she might very well live longer than him if he did not have his health in check. They then set out on an intricate and demanding journey to attempt and get Ricky to reduce weight. Each medic gave him the same demand: cut weight or die. Ricky was restricted to his bed, and his wife did all she could for him, from preparing his food to cleaning every part of his enormous body, and assisting him to the bathroom. The man could hardly talk without having breathing difficulties, and could not move from the bed he was confined to or even stand up. He frequently required the help of an oxygen machine. But the couple had dreams to start a family as well as have kids, in spite of never having consummated their marriage because of the extreme obesity of Ricky. In the hopelessness, he got in touch with a woman from Houston in Texas, called Angie Flores, who reduced over 176 pounds after going through gastric surgery and was currently an activist for others seeking to change their way of living in the same way. Ricky desperately wanted an operation that decreases the size of the belly by 80%, however, couldn't go through it until he cut at least 90 pounds on his own first. The likelihood of moving Ricky for surgery in Houston gradually turned out to be increasingly impossible as he unsuccessfully tried to reduce weight. George Hopkins, a world-leading obesity surgeon from Brisbane in Australia, as well went to Guam to talk about the likelihood of carrying out the operation nearer to home for Ricky, but once more offered him the same conditions. The moment Hopkins delivered it, Cheryl and Ricky cried, and said they could not cope with hearing that Ricky had to reduce weight on his own any longer, since they considered they had undertaken all they could. Eventually, Ricky and Cheryl's marriage broke down, and Ricky ingested some pill and stopped breathing. 1 hour and a half of CPR by paramedics failed, and he died aged 39. His story highlights the obesity plague sweeping the world and illustrates though he was given many ways out, he couldn't rise above his demons. Ricky described his love of food as similar to a bad drug addict's battle with drugs, and his official death was confirmed to be morbid obesity following his death on 10th of November, 2012.